Alright, well today's Sunday, May 19th, and we're having some issues with the wheel loader. I guess we're not really issues, but I can't remember exactly when, like a week and a half ago, when I came to start the wheel loader the first thing in the morning, it was dead, basically. It barely would turn over. Um, so on here, we got the keypad. When you turn the green button on, let's see. See right there it says 24.3. Usually it's like 25 something. But that morning it was saying 20 volts. And after trying to start it a couple times, it went to 18. So we just went and got new batteries, put the new batteries in, took the old batteries out, charged them, and they seem to hold the charge. But anyway, so everything's been fine. Then this morning, I mixed the first two loads and I didn't notice anything at all. Everything seemed good. When I mixed the third load, which would have been, I don't know, a good 3 hours after I mixed the first load, I had a warning light with a battery symbol. And then so I went to, so everything started there, everything is good. No warning lights right now, but I went to the menu, went to diagnostics, went to battery monitor, and this one was reading like 11.9, and then this one was 11.8. I turn the AC on, they come down a little bit. Turn the lights on, they come down even more. Turn the lights off. That's about how they ran all morning, or the last two loads. Turn the AC off, went back up a little bit. Yeah, so I don't know what's happening. If I mean, it makes sense to me if we put them new batteries in. Well, I watched that battery monitor the first several times I mixed that feed after putting them new batteries in, just to see if something was maybe wrong with the alternator and it wasn't charging. But yeah, so I'm not really sure what it could be. But we're gonna sit. Wes is headed over here, and he's got the tester in his truck. So once he gets here, we'll see if we can figure out what is going on. Cause it's not fun when you get over here in the morning and this is dead, and you need to get feed mix right away. So he should be here in just a second, and then we'll see if we can figure out what's going on. So that one there's a little loose.
You put a wrench on the center side or something.
Yeah.
I just try to tighten it and twist loose on the side there.
Yeah. Well, we checked all the connections here on the main shutoff. Here on the main shutoff, there was one cable that was kind of loose. Not really though, but anyway, just a little bit. And so tightened it up, and that's not wanting to go back on. It's a huge spider. Anyway, so the one cable was loose on the main shutoff, and everything else seemed tight on the batteries. The power was running out of diesel. What it seems like is the alternator is starting to go out, so it's not like strong enough to maintain the batteries. So he's gonna go see if we can find one on eBay and get one ordered, and hopefully we can make it through till it gets here. Got a guy in here power washing the parlor and the outside walls. Yeah, you don't even know he ran out of diesel. I was just over there at the wheel loader and heard it run out, so pulled over here real quick and filled it up for him. Takes a couple, 2 or 3 days to get it all washed between milkings. You know, you get 2 or 3 hours in there washing, and then it's time to milk again. So, I guess you get a little more time than that, but anyway. So we're gonna move on to the next project or whatever. Got a couple things I want to try to get done today. The bigger steers that we had, they're gone now. So I like to move some calves around out of the weaning pens to make some room. And Jason's bush hogging right now, but Jeremy should be here to start bush hogging pretty soon. And let's see what else. Still working on that roller. I guess let's run over to the shop and see if Wes got an alternator for the wheel loader. Oh yeah, four there?
I don't know, I went out there.
The CV joint's out. The CV joint? The boot ripped?
I was put on the right side. Yeah, I had to go out there to 43 or 42 to get the cows for Douglas, and then after I left that pasture, then I started doing it. So I don't know. I mean, it was like Had it 4-wheel drive, and could barely make it through the mud. If you would have driven the tractor out there, you would have got buried. I thought I was going to get stuck in the 4-wheeler. And that's why I put him in 49, because I was going to take him back out there, and then I was like, oh, no way. Yeah, I can't put him at 12. I group 2 right there.
Well, I probably go to 14, but I don't know how you're going to do anything today. Real-wise. Just gotta go reels up. We're going to run Numbnuts McGee down to my house real quick and get my Ranger, since he broke the 4-wheeler. It's getting stuck. Tore the CV joint up. So, you ready?
Yeah. So is the 4-wheeler undrivable for the night?
Yeah, I tried to drive it this morning, because I mean, you can't hurt it no worse.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I had to ride it for the remainder of the night last night. Just went real slow, went like 10 miles an hour.
Wes showed me the text you sent him.
Yeah.
He said it was like, oh, it's a decent little jerk or something.
Yeah.
It's like, I told Wes, I just drove it from the shop to the feed lane. I told Wes, I was like, I was expecting like, you know, when you're fishing and you catch a perch, you know, and it's like when the perch bites the lure,
Yeah.
the way that feels in the handlebars.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's like catching a fucking great white shark.
Okay.
Jesus.
I said some of them were pretty bad. It was like you could just feel them when you're driving. It was like kind of like a little bit, and then it would go like real bad.
Yeah, well, it would go with the Ranger, so you can tear it up too.
Wes already ordered parts.
That's what he's doing right now. He's got to get an alternator for the wheel loader too. Anyway, just take it up to Wes's house and park it, and I'll pick you up there, and you can go get the Dodge, and then go swap him out.
Okay.
And then I take everything out of the Ranger.
Okay.
So I don't lose all my stuff.
I get it.
Yeah, so I bush hogged 30 and then half of 29 this morning.
Oh.
And then Jason, I guess, he finished 29, and then I don't know if he finished 31 or what, but so you guess you need to ask him if he finished 31, which I didn't really want 31 bush hogged.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. He just
Did it?
went there, and I don't know. Anyway, I want to get 34 bush hogged, 9, 21, 16, 17, 50, and 53, and 48.
34, 9, 21 today. Okay.
So yeah, you're behind.
Great. We need to get this little junior on bush hogging so I can work on my house.
Well, yeah, eventually. Right now, you really drive a tractor. Okay, so you got it. Stay out there. Get as much as you can done. I mean, you can go probably C2. I was going C2.
I'm gonna be 4.
Yeah, no, but you're not like, you're just getting the, all you're doing is getting the cereal rye and getting it down in the ground so it, you know, the Tifton can take off and the cows can eat the Tifton because they don't want to touch the dead cereal rye, so they eat around it, you know?
Yeah.
You're not like bush hogging,
Thick ass meat.
yeah, you're just, you know, run like 16, 1700 RPM and go C2.
Okay. Adios.
Unless it's rough, then go C1.
Huh?
Unless it's rough, then go C1.
Okay. Adios.
See ya. Hey, the other day when you greased it, what else did you do to it? Anything?
I just greased it. Took the oil. That's it.
Well, probably next time you blow the radiator out and stuff.
Okay.
There's 4 steers and 7 bulls left out of that group of 97 steers. The 86 of them are gone. The 4 steers will end up in the freezer, and the bulls will end up wrestling some heifers later. I'm gonna go see if I can recruit some help. Alright, we got all them calves moved. There's probably about 100 calves altogether, steers and heifers. And group one's in here eating, so I'll show you something real quick. You see the water running down her sides and dripping off of her? That's where them soaker lines, that's where they hit, right across the back, over the rib cage, where they don't like it on their head, and it doesn't do no good on their butt. So you want it right over the rib cage. That's where you get the most cooling effect. Well, I just manually turned the soakers on instead of standing here waiting, but you can see where the water's coming over and running right across their rib cages. So that's what the soaker line looks like. See all the water dripping off underneath them. So depending on the temperature is how often it's going to run. It's either going to run, I think I have it set, if it's 95 degrees, it's going to run every 2 minutes, 20 seconds. And then if it's 85 degrees, it's going to be 4.5 minutes, I think it was. And then if it's 75 degrees, it's going to run every 6 minutes for 20 seconds. So just enough to get them soaking wet and then to cool off. Well, it's about 8 o'clock, and we're going to try to hurry home and mow the yard before it gets completely dark. That tongue on the roller, we just did a little torch and some grinding, trying to fit up the tongue how we want it. We've only been able to work on it about an hour here and an hour there, and that's it. So it's kind of taking a little longer than we wanted to, but if it was dry, we wouldn't even have probably started on it. We'd be, well, we should have been done a week ago with the first cut, and had about 1,000 bales wrapped up in plastic, but it's not even sitting halfway through. And I think where we first cut 3 weeks ago, we're just gonna have to recut that again. So yeah, with all that being said, this is gonna do it for the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.